Hello, everybody. It's Professor Parish, and welcome to the beginning of the end of this class. So, up until this point, we've been chugging along. We've had lots of assignments each week, but starting this week, you're going to notice that we are really going to start honing in our focus for the final couple of weeks in this class. Believe it or not, this is week 15. So, we have this week, we have Thanksgiving week. We have one more week after that, and then finals week. We basically have 4 weeks of class left, a little bit less than that, and then we will be done with this class. It's crazy, right? So it's going to go by really fast, because what I want from here on in, you'll notice that we don't really have any more readings in our textbook left. You need to keep your textbook, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment, but we won't be using your textbook for very much except for the final exam, which I'll be talking about in the next couple of weeks. But it's mainly going to be about honing in and focusing everything that you've learned so far in the class and putting that towards your final paper. So I've not read everybody's final paper topics yet. The ones I've read so far are excellent, and you've gotten feedback from me if I've read your topics. But I'm going to be spending the rest of today going through everybody's topics and making sure that everybody is set for our final paper. If you have not watched the week 14 video, I got pretty excited in that one, so please make sure to watch it, because I'm going to go over paper 4 in it. From here on in, these videos are going to be a lot shorter. They're going to be just talking about what's due left in the class, going over some important things to keep in mind for the final exam, for various assignments. So please make sure you watch the next couple of lecture videos that we have left in the class, but don't worry, they won't be as long as the other ones have been in the past. So, with that being said, I've got my correcting grammar shirt on. I'm ready to grade today. But before I can do that, we're going to go over some things for week 15. So I'm going to minimize myself right over here, and we're going to go to the course content. So as I'm recording this, I'm back on track. It's still week 14, so if you have not done the discussion forum, the scavenger hunt, or your topic, please make sure that you do so by tonight. You will notice for week 15, 2 assignments. It's an early Thanksgiving Christmas miracle. All we have due this week is the outline for paper 4, which is due Sunday, same as we've done with our other outlines, and then our discussion forum, which I'm going to talk about here in a moment. Let me pull up the discussion forum. So the discussion forum this week, I feel like this video is extremely topical, because as we're approaching Thanksgiving, it's just relevant. Once you watch the video, I think you're going to see. So we've looked at Lindsay Ellis before. She is the former nostalgia chick. She's a critic, a film scholar, and she writes a lot of really good essays and video essays about various pop culture topics. I really like her work. I think it's very influential to when I teach. She has this video, it's called Pocahontas Was a Mistake, and here's why. And if you're not sure what she's referring to, she's referring to the Disney movie. I feel it's very relevant. We've got our whole Disney Plus streaming going on. There's lots of talks about Disney if you get on the internet. So, and with it being Thanksgiving, we're going to start going back to discussing some Native American themes. Pocahontas is brought up a lot during this time if you get on pop culture and news and stuff like that, and cultural appropriation. So she talks about that. It's a very interesting video, and I've used it last year and I've used it this spring. This spring it was a little off because it wasn't Thanksgiving, but last fall when I used it, we had some really good discussions, that class did, about cultural appropriation. So I have got the video here. It's a little lengthy, so we've only got 2 assignments this week, so it should take up most of your time as watching this video for this assignment. And then you've got your questions for your discussion forum. I am wrong on this. They are due by Friday the 23rd. When I created this class, I clearly thought the 23rd was Thanksgiving, or the 22nd, so nope, wrong. I'm a week off. Thanksgiving's a weird time this year. But yeah, so it is due Friday the 23rd, and then responses are due by Sunday the 25th. ignore this Happy Thanksgiving. I'm a week early. It's fine. People are already playing Christmas music, so everybody's like fast forwarding through Thanksgiving, I feel. But anyway, you've got your video, you've got your points to talk about. I really like the discussion that this video can bring out because there's a lot of similarities and contrasting elements you're going to notice in this video between various movies that you're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't think about that. And I'm curious to see what your opinions are after you watch the video. So, what's her overall point? Do you agree with her? This is a loaded question, number 2. Do people from different cultures or ethnicities have the right to create media about another culture or ethnicity? Why or why not? She talks about this in the video, so I'm curious to see how you agree or disagree with her. Lindsay's entire video could be read as and this is the main point why I have this as our assignment this week. This video, I want you to watch it as if you're reading an argument essay. So I want you to imagine that she's written, because this whole video was basically a script that she's reading out loud and incorporating visual elements and video clips into. So I want you to listen to this video as if somebody's reading an essay to you. And based on that, is this something that could have been used as a topic for paper number 4? Why or why not? And I think the answer is yes, but I'm curious to see why you think that. So that is the discussion forum assignment. Again, it's not Thanksgiving week. That's next week. So, but there's that assignment and then the outline for paper 4. We've done outlines for this class for our previous papers. I think the outline for this one is essential. It's extremely important because this paper is longer. It's going to require more structure and more organization. And I want to be sure that you have an idea of where this paper will go to, because I will be honest with all of you. I think the biggest struggle students have with this paper, it's not necessarily the page length, because some of you have created 8-page papers in this class already. I'm not worried about that for you. I think the big challenge is that sometimes students, they pick a very broad topic because in your head you're thinking, okay, I don't want to pick a topic that's too specific because then I'm not going to have enough content to write 8 pages worth. I'm going to choose a very broad topic. The problem with that is that sometimes you can get so broad that you feel like you have to address this issue and that issue and this issue and that issue, and you end up jumping around in your paper and not being focused. And this paper demands that you be focused because it is so easy, and I've had this happen to myself writing papers for classes that are this length or more. It's so easy to get lost and kind of get on a tangent with one topic and just start to veer off in the side lane there. And then once you're way out in left field, you're like, oh, crud, I'm talking about stuff that's not even related to my thesis. I need to get back on track. And that can be hard. So I want this outline to serve as a guide for you. I want you to really focus on it, really hone in on it, and give it a lot of attention this week so that you can outline how you want your paper, what points you want to talk about, how you want the structure of the paper to be. Is there any parts that you're kind of confused or concerned about? I want you to address that in your outline because I want this to be a guide for you, because you do have, you've got this week, Thanksgiving week, the week after that, and then finals week. You've basically got about a month to work on this paper, but at the same time, it can be very easy to procrastinate and put it off, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to feel confident, and I want you to feel like you've got a good grasp on this paper and where you're taking it. So, especially with us having the peer review, I want you to be on track with that as well. So, focus on your outline. The discussion forum should be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I do have on here that you can look at the Cengage handbook, Using Sources Ethically, pages 405 to 417. It's just a review. It kind of ties in with our MLA citation presentation where I talked about ethical sources and what will count as a good source. So if you're still questioning that, then the excerpt from our Cengage handbook is a nice accompaniment to that. Looking ahead, before I leave you all, because this video, like I said, is very short this week. Looking ahead, next week, we will not have a discussion forum. Happy Thanksgiving. We won't have a discussion forum next week. We will just have the annotated bibliography. I am going to create a video next week that just focuses on that assignment. So I know some of you may want to work ahead. I'm going to try to get the video for week 16 out by Friday, so that way you can work ahead if you want. But I mean, you can go ahead and look at the presentation that's in our resources and handouts if you want to work ahead. But if not, just wait till Friday, and I'll have a video out for it early that you can check out. Revisions, everybody should have paper 3 back. For the most part, everybody did really good. There's maybe just a couple of things to work on. Citations. If you're revising or being requested to revise your paper, it's probably because you forgot to put citations in it. And that's the truth. But if you want to revise paper 3, those are optional, and those revisions are due by Sunday, December 1st. So, also I noted for next week, and I'll talk about this in the week 16 video, our campus will be closed from Wednesday till the end of the week. So if you need to try to get assignments done early because of internet issues and travel and family, I totally understand, and you're welcome to go ahead and work on this assignment. But if you want to wait till Friday when I get the actual video about it out, feel free to wait on it and just work on this week's assignments. Okay, so yeah, we got week 15, 16, 17, and finals week. It's all downhill from here, and you all have been doing wonderful. Keep it up. Don't give up now. It can be so easy at this point in the semester to become complacent. And I've had students do it countless times where they're like, I got 4 weeks left. I'm just going to coast. Don't. Because we have a lot of points in this last part of the class. We have your paper that's 200 points. Your annotated bibliography is going to be 40 or 50 points. You've got your discussion forum. You've got your assignment. I mean, you still have about 500 points left in this class. 400 to 500 points. So don't give up. If your grade is not where you want it, you have time to increase that grade by a lot. A lot. So don't give up on that. If your grade is where you do want it to be at, don't give up either. Don't get complacent and be like, I'm just going to coast and maybe not do all the assignments. No, you need to focus on them. So we're so close to being done. You all have been so great this semester, and the topics I've read for paper 4 so far have me so excited. Some of you are writing about topics I've not had in my years of teaching English 122. So there's some new topics I'm so excited about because I've never read these topics before. There are some of you that are doing similar topics in the past but putting a new spin on it. Some of you are doing creative writing assignments. I'm excited. Like I said, this last paper is my favorite of the class for a reason, because you guys kind of go all out. You're creative. This is your chance to really shine and show me what you've learned in this class. So I'm excited. But for now, I'm going to go correct some grammar, grade some papers, see the rest of your topics, and in the meantime, I will try to get week 16's video out a little bit early so you can get a head start on it before Thanksgiving. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to please let me know. And otherwise, have a wonderful week, everybody, and I'll talk to you again soon.